Imagine this. You're in your 30s or 40s thinking you're invincible. You hit the gym regularly, eat mostly healthy, and you're just trying to juggle work, family, and life in general. But then one day you get hit with a wake-up call, whether it's a high blood pressure diagnosis, a sudden health scare, or the reality that your energy levels just aren't what they used to be. You start asking yourself, what's really going on with my body? You feel like you're doing everything right, but something isn't adding up. So, I did what any curious guy would do. I started digging deeper, and what I found shocked me. What if I told you that the one thing you're eating every single day without even thinking about it could be the #1 killer of men under 50? You might be surprised to learn that the culprit is sugar, and it's silently wreaking havoc on your body. In this video, I'll take you through my 60-day journey of learning the truth about sugar, the toll it's taking on our health, and why it's time to make some serious changes before it's too late. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. The silent epidemic. Sugar isn't just a sweet treat that makes our taste buds dance. It's a silent epidemic lurking in our diets, and it's responsible for a number of health issues that men under 50 are facing every day. The truth is, sugar is literally killing us, and not just in the ways we might think. It's easy to dismiss the occasional sweet indulgence or sugary drink, but what many of us don't realize is just how much sugar is hiding in our daily meals. It's in everything from breakfast cereals to salad dressings, from prepackaged sandwiches to sauces we dip our food in. Sugar has infiltrated nearly every food group, and as a result, it's responsible for the skyrocketing rates of obesity, heart disease, and even cancer. You may think, I don't drink soda, so I'm safe. But here's the kicker, it's not just soda. Sugar is lurking in the most unsuspecting places. You may consume it daily without even realizing it, and that's the dangerous part. The data doesn't lie. In the United States, the average man consumes more than 77 grams of sugar every single day. That's more than 3 times the recommended amount. The American Heart Association advises men to limit their sugar intake to no more than 36 grams per day. Yet, most of us are eating well over that amount, and it's taking a serious toll on our health. The more I researched, the more alarmed I became. Here's the problem. Sugar, especially refined sugar, has a direct impact on our insulin levels. Insulin is the hormone responsible for helping our body store and use energy from food. But when we consume too much sugar, our bodies can't keep up. The excess sugar causes insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. And these conditions don't just affect men in their later years. They're becoming more and more common in men under 50. One of the most disturbing aspects of this sugar crisis is that it's contributing to the growing number of men suffering from cardiovascular disease, the #1 killer in the world. High sugar intake is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, particularly when combined with other lifestyle factors like stress, poor sleep, and lack of exercise. Sugar is literally gumming up the arteries, leading to a greater risk of heart attacks, strokes, and heart failure. But the effects of sugar don't end there. Research has shown that excessive sugar consumption can also contribute to fatty liver disease, obesity, high cholesterol, and even cancer. It's like a ticking time bomb inside our bodies, and for many men, they don't realize the damage sugar is doing until it's too late. My personal wake-up call. The more I researched, the more I realized that I wasn't exempt from this problem. Like most men, I had always believed that I could eat whatever I wanted as long as I worked out. I was that guy, always in the gym, always trying to keep my physique in check. But even with regular exercise, I knew I wasn't perfect with my diet. I'd grab a breakfast bar in the morning or have a sugary coffee drink on the way to work. My lunches were often quick sandwiches or takeout, loaded with hidden sugars. Even my dinner would be rounded off with a sweet dessert or soda to unwind. One day I decided to take a hard look at my own habits. I started tracking everything I ate and drank, looking for hidden sugar. And the results were startling. In just one typical day, I was consuming over 90 grams of sugar without even realizing it. That's almost 3 times the daily limit. I was eating sugar with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks throughout the day. The more I looked at the data, the more I realized that this wasn't just a one-off problem. It was a deeply ingrained habit in our culture. Sugar had become so normalized that I didn't even question it anymore. It was in nearly every meal and beverage I consumed. The health impacts of excess sugar. After taking a hard look at my diet, I decided to take action. I started cutting back on sugar, gradually at first so my body could adjust. I swapped out sugary drinks for water, started making my own meals instead of grabbing fast food, and began reading food labels more carefully. Within just a few weeks, I started noticing changes. I had more energy, felt less sluggish in the afternoons, and noticed a reduction in bloating. Even my skin began to clear up. But perhaps most importantly, I started feeling like I was taking control of my health again. The more I spoke to others, the more I realized that I wasn't alone. So many of my friends, men under 50, had no idea just how much sugar they were consuming. They thought they were eating healthy, but they were unknowingly putting their bodies at risk by consuming too much sugar. Breaking the sugar habit. Breaking the sugar habit isn't easy, but it's essential for living a long, healthy life. Sugar is addictive, and it can be tough to kick the habit. But if you want to take control of your health, here are some tips. Read labels. Sugar is sneaky. It hides under different names like high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, and glucose. Make sure to check the labels of everything you eat. Opt for whole foods. Instead of processed snacks and sugary beverages, focus on whole foods like vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These foods provide your body with the nutrients it needs without the added sugar. Swap sugary drinks for water. One of the biggest sources of added sugar is sugary drinks, sodas, fruit juices, and energy drinks. Water is always your best bet. Don't skip meals. Skipping meals or going too long without eating can lead to a drop in blood sugar, causing cravings for sugary snacks. Instead, focus on balanced, regular meals. Find healthier alternatives. If you love sweets, try swapping out refined sugar for natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit. Or satisfy your sweet tooth with fruit. The long-term effects of cutting sugar. It's been a few months since I made the conscious decision to cut back on sugar, and the changes have been remarkable. I'm more energized, focused, and even more confident in my body. But beyond the physical changes, I feel empowered. I've taken control of my health and my future. The bottom line is this: sugar is killing us one sugary snack at a time. And men under 50 are particularly vulnerable. But the good news is that we have the power to change. By cutting back on sugar, making healthier food choices, and becoming more mindful of our eating habits, we can reduce the risk of serious health issues and start living healthier, more vibrant lives. If you're under 50, it's time to take action before it's too late. Start paying attention to what you're eating and drinking, and make sure that sugar doesn't get the better of you.